Hi folks, welcome to the first episode of my Battlefield 6 weapons guide. For today's overview, we will be taking a look at the first weapon in the assault rifles category, the M433. And please, enjoy your briefing. Being the first assault rifle, it is available out of the box at rank 1. This is a fully automatic weapon, but it does have a selector switch for semi-auto firing. I stick to tap firing while in full auto. Based out of Germany by weapons manufacturer Heckler & Koch, the real designation for the weapon is the HK433. This was probably very obvious to a lot of you, as 433 made the cut in the fictional name. To avoid confusion, we will be addressing the weapon using the designation found in Battlefield 6, the M433, for the remainder of this video. Historically speaking, this is a very recent weapon. Having only been announced in 2017, it is depicted in-game as a very common AR of choice. In our 2025 reality, it is actually struggling to be adopted, although it has dipped its proverbial toes in recent military conflicts in very limited quantities. Time for the overview. The M433 fires the standard 5.56x45mm NATO cartridge. Battlefield 6's Pick 100 weapon customization means that there are a lot of characteristics of the rifle that can be altered. Let's go over some key ones. For the M433, your magazines range from as low as 20 rounds going all the way up to 40. By default, it comes with a 30-round magazine. A variety of sights can be selected. You can run around with just the stock iron sights, a wide selection of red dots and pictures that really just come down to personal preference, and even use a variable zoom scope with up to a 6x magnification. There's even some thermal options here. Don't worry, I don't judge. The Vero selection is interesting. It comes equipped with the large 16.5-inch Vero variant, available as well for the real weapon. You can opt for an 18.9-inch so-called prototype Vero that will improve bullet velocity, as well as aiming down sight speed or ADS. The short Vero, another real-life standard, is a 14.5-inch Vero, with boosts to hipfire and ADS in-game, but a hit to bullet velocity. Finally, the last Vero is a lightweight variant of the 16.5-inch Vero, improving ADS speed and accuracy. Curiously absent is the option for an 11-inch Vero, which is a real configuration for the weapon. All the other options are your standard laser sights, a flashlight attachment, canted sights, and a variety of suppressors and Vero attachments. There are some ergonomic attachments in the form of a magwell flare and a match trigger. The mag flare allows you to reload while holding down ADS, while the match trigger will help with tap and burst firing. Before speaking on some attachments, I need to talk damage. The M433 is a medium damage weapon, firing at 830 rounds per minute. It is capable of taking down opponents with 4 shots to the body or 3 shots to the head. This extends up to 25 meters. After that, you're looking at about 4 shots to the head to kill and 5 to the body. To deter you from this endeavor, the weapon features what I would consider to be moderate recoil, with sustained fire kicking the weapon up and to the sides. This is most evident using higher magnification sights. The best course of action is to let off the trigger for just a second, or being ready to compensate for the recoil by adjusting with your thumbstick or mouse. Do keep in mind that in long-range engagements, simply adjusting for the recoil will not suffice due to the bloom mechanic. Patience is your best friend here. Switching to tap or burst firing will be more dependable. As far as increasing damage output, we don't have a lot of good options to bring down how many bullets it takes to kill. Hollow point rounds could help with reducing this, as they slightly boost headshot damage, but they're a bit weak on the M433, requiring you to hit 2 headshots at close range, which allows the third shot to kill no matter where it lands. In further ranges, this effect becomes much less noticeable, not to mention that at extreme ranges, you should prioritize hitting center mass anyway. The other bullet options are self-explanatory. Penetration can help against targets behind weak destructible material. Lightweight helps with ADS speed. And finally, hitting enemies with flangeable reduces the speed at which their health regenerates. Jumping back to magazines and reloading for a second. The game claims reloads using a standard magazine is roughly 2.38 seconds, while using fast variant magazines, reloads are only 2.11 seconds. I wanted to see this for myself, as well as get the values of reloading from empty. This turns out to add another 0.2 seconds, meaning that reloading from empty on the standard magazine is 2.58 seconds, while using a fast mag, the value is 2.38 seconds. This means the number shown as part of your weapon statistics is reloading while still having one bullet in the chamber. As a final note to this, the number of rounds in your magazine does not affect the reload speed. This means that a 20 round and a 40 round regular magazine reload at the same speed. I have mainly ran the medic or engineer class during my time with Battlefield 6 so far, but it should be noted that running the assault class with the M433 will get you the bonus of being able to aim quickly after exiting a sprint. The same applies to all other assault rifles. One final issue that you should work around. Without a laser sight or a grip attachment, your soldier will grab the weapon in a way that obstructs a large portion of your sight picture. While the effect is less obtrusive with more powerful optics, I heavily recommend equipping either a grip or a laser to avoid this. Either one will do the trick. Instead of sharing a specific build, I will instead demonstrate two playstyles I experimented with, and the tactics and gameplay that I kept in mind during my two builds. One configuration was equipping the M433 to be a CQC machine. By going all in on handling, reducing hipfire spread as much as possible, and having your weapon always at the ready, you increase your odds of coming out of any close range firefight alive. The other way I used the M433 was as a formidable medium-range assault rifle, paired with a 5x scope and various attachments to assist with hitting targets further away. I really enjoyed this configuration while playing mostly engineer. If you have the points, I heavily recommend throwing in a cheap laser, as a good way to still having a fighting chance in close quarters combat. This has been my overview of the M433. I really enjoyed my time with this weapon. It is a good all-rounder rifle, and I do believe it is a solid introduction into the game for the new player who will likely find themselves equipped with it. I know some of you may still want to build, so here are the ones I used. Just because it is the first weapon doesn't mean it can't be anything special. Know its limits, and the M433 could be the only gun you need. Join back next week when we take a look at the M4A1 carbine. Thank you for watching.